Hey guys, Miss Hoke. Long time no talk. So you have listened to the Read Aloud Spoon. You've taken the AR test on it. We are going to now open up our mentor text and we are going to turn to page 14 and 15. So y'all get your mentor text out, turn to page 14 and 15, and we are going to read through this and talk about similes and metaphors. So, in the previous unit that we have read, we read the poem Sun Tracks. As we read the poem, we identified a metaphor, a type of figurative language that compares two unlike objects or ideas. In today's mini lesson, we're going to analyze another type of figurative language in the poem Instructions on Not Giving Up. We're going to look at similes. So, if you do not have out your mentor text to page 14 yet, go ahead and get it out. If you need to pause the video for a little bit more time, that is perfectly fine. A simile is similar to a metaphor. It compares two unlike things by using the word like or as. Poets use figurative language to create imagery and also to communicate their ideas in an interesting way. As we read, it's important to identify figurative language and think about its deeper meaning. This helps us understand a text and its message. So I am going to zoom in. And we read Instructions on Not Giving Up yesterday, but I'm going to reread it because there were some people that were not here. So this is by Ada Limon. More than the fuchsia funnels breaking out of the crabapple tree, more than the neighbor's almost obscene display of cherry limbs shoving their cotton candy-colored blossoms to the slate sky of spring rain. It's the greening of the trees that really gets to me. When all the shock of white and taffy, the world's baubles and trinkets leave the pavement strewn with the confetti of aftermath, the leaves come. Patient, plodding, a green skin, growing over whatever winter did to us. A return to the strange idea of continuous living despite the mess of us, the hurt, the empty. Fine then, I'll take it. The tree seems to say, a new slick leaf unfurling like the fist of an open palm. I'll take it. So, whenever I am reading, I am looking for this author comparing two things. So whenever I look at line 13 and 14, so right here is line 10. This is 11, 12, 13, and 14. So let me zoom out so I can get my tools. And I think, yep, it'll let me highlight. Oops. Where it says a new slick leaf unfurling like a fist to an open palm. I'll take that. This is an example of figurative language. The poet is comparing a leaf to a hand that is opening up from a fist. Yesterday in class, Emma Ricks made the realization that unfurling meant that you were taking there we go. Unfurling meant that you were taking your fist, or you were taking something and you were opening it up because of the comparison between the leaf unfurling and an open palm. So, in this example of figurative language, the poet is comparing a leaf to a hand that is opening up from a fist. I also see that the comparison uses the word like. This means that this comparison is a simile. If the author would not have used the word like, this comparison would have been a metaphor. So, I know both a leaf and a hand can uncurl from ball to a flat shape. So if it's in a ball, say your hand is in a ball, everybody make your hand into a ball. Now curl your hand out and make it flat. That is what the author is describing as happening to the leaf in this part of the story. Fists and open hands also communicate emotions. A fist is hard, tough, unfriendly. You make fists sometimes when you're mad. An open hand is welcoming and accepting. I think the poet is saying that the unfurling of the new leaf looks like a welcoming gesture, especially after the cold winter. Oh, sorry, guys. I could feel that sneeze. This poem uses a simile. Similes, like metaphors, where we saw like or as, are a type of figurative language. Similes and metaphors are different. Similes compare two things using like or as. Metaphors compare two things without like or as. So, through this, I've shown you how I identify and explain the meaning of a simile. Thinking about the meaning of figurative language helped me understand the importance of renewal each spring. Now, you're going to look and see if you can find any instances of a simile in this passage with my next question. So, and it might not be a simile, let's see. I have a question. How does the author use metaphor to help you understand a change that occurs during spring? As you go through and you reread the poem, look for figurative language. Annotate the language to show the two things that are being compared. How does the poet compare the, let's see. How does the poet compare the trees to the white and taffy world and trinkets leaving after spring begins? So, I want you to think about that. You are going to have some time on Epic and iReady. I hope that you have behaved, and I have only glowing things shared from your behavior. Be good. I love you. You can put up your mentor text. Talk to you and see you tomorrow.